Welcome to World of Coins, the place where history meets treasure. Here, every coin tells a story, from the oldest United States classics that shaped our past to the newest rare discoveries that amaze collectors today. If you love the thrill of uncovering hidden value, exploring the beauty of design, and learning the secrets behind coins worth fortunes, then you're in the right place. Join us as we dive deep into the world of rare U.S. coins, both old and new, and reveal the fascinating details that make them priceless. Top 1. We are diving into one of the most iconic and historically significant coins in modern American numismatics, the Kennedy half-dollar 1776 to 1976 bicentennial edition. This coin is not just currency, it is a celebration of America's 200 years of independence, a tribute to history, and a unique collectible that draws the attention of numismatists across the globe. If you are a coin lover, listen carefully, because this coin tells a story that goes beyond its face value, blending artistry, history, and the thrill of rarity in a way few other coins can. The bicentennial Kennedy half-dollar was issued in 1975 and 1976 to celebrate the United States' 200th anniversary, and its design reflects the spirit of that milestone. The obverse still features the familiar portrait of President John F. Kennedy, designed by Gilroy Roberts, but the reverse was dramatically altered to commemorate the nation's bicentennial. Instead of the traditional eagle, the reverse features a stunning design by Seth G. Huntington that shows Independence Hall in Philadelphia, surrounded by 13 stars representing the original colonies, and a beautifully detailed depiction of the historic landmark. This design immediately sets the bicentennial coin apart from standard Kennedy half-dollars and makes it a standout in any collection. The 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half-dollar was struck in both copper-nickel clad for circulation and 40% silver for special collector's sets, which adds an extra layer of interest for collectors. The silver versions, particularly those preserved in uncirculated condition, are highly prized because they combine historical significance with intrinsic silver value. Many collectors actively seek both versions to complete their bicentennial sets, which makes these coins not only an aesthetic and historical treasure but also a smart investment for those looking to diversify a collection. Even though millions of bicentennial half-dollars were produced, there are certain rarities and errors that make specific coins exceptionally valuable. One of the most sought-after anomalies is the doubled die. On rare coins, doubling may be observed in the lettering of Liberty, In God We Trust, or even the dates 1776 to 1976. These double dies are subtle but detectable with magnification, and when found, they instantly elevate a coin from ordinary to extraordinary. The thrill of discovering a double die makes collecting the bicentennial Kennedy half-dollar an exciting and rewarding experience, because each discovery connects the collector with the historical process of minting. Mint marks further influence the desirability of the 1776 to 1976 half-dollar. Philadelphia coins carry no mint mark, while Denver issues display a D. The San Francisco Mint produced primarily proof coins, which were struck in high quality for collectors. Occasionally, collectors encounter repunched mint marks or weakly struck marks, which create unusual variations. Even a small deviation in the mint mark's placement or clarity can make a coin highly collectible. Tracking these mint mark anomalies becomes a fascinating quest for collectors, transforming the process of collecting into a careful and rewarding investigation. Errors in the bicentennial half-dollar series are particularly captivating. Off-center strikes, broad strikes, double strikes, and clipped planchets have all been documented, though rarely, making these coins prized by serious collectors. Some examples even exhibit die cracks or die clashes, where tiny raised lines appear across the coin's surface, providing an unexpected visual intrigue. Even minor irregularities along the rim or subtle imperfections in the Independence Hall design can make a coin stand out. For collectors, these errors tell a story about the minting process and reflect the human element behind coin production, adding an exciting layer of history to each coin. Condition is a crucial factor for collectors. Circulated bicentennial half-dollars often show contact marks, minor wear, or a loss of original mint luster. Uncirculated examples, especially those graded MS-65 or higher, are increasingly rare and highly desirable. Proof coins in pristine condition, particularly the silver strikes, are among the most sought after, with collectors willing to pay a premium for coins that retain their full original luster and sharp details. Grading plays a critical role in market value, and high-grade examples can command significant prices, reflecting both rarity and collector demand. The bicentennial Kennedy half-dollar is more than a coin, it is a historical artifact. Issued to commemorate the United States' 200th anniversary, it captures a moment in time when the nation paused to celebrate its heritage. The combination of Kennedy's iconic image and the revolutionary imagery of Independence Hall makes this coin uniquely American. For collectors, it represents a bridge between history, artistry, and modern numismatic practice. It is a coin that invites study, discussion, and admiration. Collectors often describe the thrill of examining the 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half-dollar in detail. By scrutinizing coins under magnification, comparing them to reference guides, and identifying anomalies such as double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual mint mark placements, collectors uncover hidden treasures. Even faint die cracks or slight misalignments can make a coin unique. This investigative process transforms coin collecting into a deeply engaging hobby, where each coin becomes a discovery and every detail adds value and interest. If you own a 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half-dollar, take the time to examine it carefully. Look for double dies, off-center strikes, mint mark variations, or other anomalies that might make your coin rare. Comment below with your findings, including mint marks and any unusual features. Our channel is dedicated to helping collectors identify rare coins, understand their historical context, and evaluate their market value. Sharing your discoveries helps you connect with other collectors and uncover hidden treasures, making the hobby even more enjoyable and informative. Market value for the 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half-dollar varies depending on condition, rarity, and errors. Circulated copper-nickel coins are typically worth slightly above face value, around $1 to $2 in words. Uncirculated copper-nickel examples can fetch $5 to $15 in words. Silver-clad collector coins in uncirculated condition generally trade between $10 to $30 in words. Coins exhibiting double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual mint mark variations may command $50 to $100 in words. High-grade certified coins, particularly MS-65 or higher, and proof silver examples can reach $100 to $300 in words at auctions. Extremely rare error coins, such as broad strikes, double strikes, or clipped planchets, can achieve several hundred to over $1,000 in words depending on rarity, grade, and collector demand. Remember to comment about your own coins so our channel can provide accurate information. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share your discoveries in the comments. The Kennedy half-dollar 1776 to 1976 is more than currency, it is a celebration of history, a work of art, and a potential treasure waiting for collectors who examine every detail. By studying, inspecting, and sharing your coins, you become part of the story that makes coin collecting thrilling, rewarding, and deeply connected to America's rich heritage. Top 2. The obverse of the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar features the familiar profile of President Kennedy, designed by Gilroy Roberts. Kennedy's youthful, confident face is captured with remarkable detail, highlighting his strong jawline and neatly styled hair. Above the portrait, the word "Liberty" stretches gracefully across the top of the coin, while "In God We Trust" appears along the lower edge. The date, 1973, is prominently displayed beneath the portrait, indicating the coin's year of minting. While this design had been in circulation for nearly a decade, subtle differences in the dies, strike quality, and minting process make some 1973 Kennedy half-dollars particularly interesting to collectors. The reverse design, created by Frank Gasparo, showcases the presidential eagle perched on a shield, clutching arrows in one talon and an olive branch in the other. 13 stars surround the eagle, representing the original colonies. The inscriptions, "United States of America," and "half-dollar," frame the composition. Collectors often focus on the precision of the eagle's feathers, the shield's detailing, and the clarity of the lettering, as even minor deviations can indicate rare die variations or errors. Every small detail adds to the appeal of this coin for enthusiasts who carefully examine and compare examples. While millions of 1973 Kennedy half dollars were minted, certain coins stand out because of rarities and errors. One of the most sought-after features among collectors is the presence of doubled dies. On rare coins, doubling may appear in the letters of Liberty, In God We Trust, or even in the numerals of the date, 1973. These doubled dies are subtle but detectable with magnification and can dramatically increase a coin's value. The thrill of discovering a doubled die makes collecting the 1973 Kennedy half dollar exciting, as each coin becomes a potential historical artifact with unique characteristics. Mint marks also play a critical role in a coin's rarity. The 1973 Kennedy half dollar was produced at 3 U.S. mints, Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. San Francisco coins were primarily struck as proof coins for collectors, while Philadelphia and Denver coins circulated widely. Occasionally, collectors encounter repunched mint marks, weakly struck marks, or slight misalignments, which create variations that are unusual and highly collectible. Even small differences in mint mark placement or clarity can elevate a coin's rarity, making it a rewarding challenge for collectors who enjoy studying these subtle nuances. Errors in the 1973 Kennedy half dollar series add further intrigue. Off-center strikes, where Kennedy's portrait or the eagle is partially missing, broad strikes, double strikes, clipped planchets, and die cracks are all examples of errors that can occur. Some coins may show die clashes, where tiny raised lines appear across the coin's surface, creating an unusual visual effect. These anomalies are relatively rare, making them highly desirable for collectors who value uniqueness. Each error tells a story about the minting process and the intricate machinery that produced millions of coins while highlighting the unpredictability and artistry inherent in coin production. Condition is a key factor in determining the value of the 1973 Kennedy half dollar. Many coins entered circulation and show signs of wear, contact marks, or a loss of original luster. Uncirculated examples, particularly those graded MS-65 or higher, are increasingly rare and highly desirable. Coins in MS-66 or MS-67 condition can command significant premiums. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint, especially in pristine condition, are among the most sought after. For collectors, the combination of excellent condition, rarity, and historical significance creates a coin that is both beautiful and potentially valuable. The 1973 Kennedy half dollar also carries historical significance. Though minted nearly a decade after Kennedy's assassination, it continues to honor his legacy and reflects the ongoing evolution of U.S. coinage. The coin is part of the post-1964 copper-nickel clad series, maintaining Kennedy's iconic portrait while adapting to modern minting techniques. For collectors, it serves as a tangible connection to history and the enduring popularity of President Kennedy's image on American coinage. Collectors often describe the excitement of examining the 1973 Kennedy half dollar in detail. By studying coins under magnification, comparing them to reference examples, and searching for anomalies like double dies, off-center strikes, or mint mark variations, collectors uncover hidden treasures. Even subtle die cracks or slight misalignments can make a coin unique. This investigative process transforms coin collecting from a simple hobby into a deeply engaging and rewarding pursuit, connecting collectors with history, artistry, and the excitement of discovery. If you own 1973 Kennedy half dollars, examine them carefully for any unusual features. Look for double dies, off-center strikes, mint mark anomalies, or other unique characteristics. Comment below with your observations, including mint marks and notable features. Our channel is dedicated to helping collectors identify rare coins, understand their historical significance, and evaluate market value. Sharing your discoveries connects you to a community of enthusiasts who can help you uncover hidden treasures and deepen your appreciation for the beauty and history of these coins. Market value for the 1973 Kennedy half dollar depends on condition, rarity, and errors. Circulated coins are generally worth slightly above face value, around $1 to $2 in words. Uncirculated examples in excellent condition can fetch $5 to $15 in words. Coins exhibiting double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual mint mark variations may command $50 to $100 in words. High-grade certified coins, particularly MS-65 or higher, can reach $100 to $200 in words at auctions. Extremely rare error coins, such as broad strikes, double strikes, or clipped planchets, can achieve several hundred to over $1,000 in words depending on rarity, grade, and collector demand. Remember to comment about your own coins so our channel can provide accurate information. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share your discoveries in the comments. The 1973 Kennedy half dollar is more than currency, it is a work of art, a piece of history, and a potential treasure waiting for collectors who examine every detail. By studying, inspecting, and sharing your coins, you become part of the ongoing story that makes coin collecting exciting, rewarding, and deeply connected to American heritage. Top 3. We are going to explore one of the enduring treasures of American numismatics, the 1981 Kennedy half dollar. At first glance, it may seem like just another coin from the post-1964 copper-nickel series, but for collectors, the 1981 Kennedy half dollar offers a wealth of history, artistry, and subtle variations that make it highly desirable. This coin continues the iconic Kennedy series that began in 1964, honoring the 35th President of the United States, John F. Kennedy, and represents an era in which American coinage maintained its tradition while incorporating subtle innovations and variations that interest collectors today. The obverse of the 1981 Kennedy half dollar features the familiar portrait of President Kennedy, designed by Gilroy Roberts. Kennedy's youthful and confident features are captured with striking detail, from his neatly combed hair to the firm contours of his jawline. Above his head, the word "Liberty" stretches elegantly across the coin, while the phrase, "In God We Trust," rests prominently below. The date, 1981, marks this coin as part of a transitional period in the Kennedy half dollar series, after the 1970s had introduced a variety of special issues and mint innovations. While the portrait remained largely unchanged from previous years, small differences in the striking process, mint quality, and planchet preparation give some coins unique characteristics, which attentive collectors can spot under careful examination. The reverse design, created by Frank Gasparo, depicts the iconic presidential eagle perched on a shield, clutching arrows in one talon and an olive branch in the other. 13 stars hover above, representing the original colonies, and the inscriptions, "United States of America," and "half dollar," encircle the composition. Collectors often focus on the precision of the eagle's feathers, the clarity of the shield, and the sharpness of the lettering, as even minor deviations can reveal rare die varieties or minting anomalies. Every tiny detail enhances the appeal of the 1981 Kennedy half dollar for collectors who carefully study coins for uniqueness and historical context. While millions of 1981 Kennedy half dollars were minted, certain coins are particularly sought after due to rarities and errors. One of the most exciting features for collectors is the presence of doubled dies. Rare examples may exhibit doubling in the letters of "Liberty," "In God We Trust," or in the date numerals. Doubled dies occur when a die is impressed more than once during preparation, resulting in subtle yet distinct doubling of design elements. Discovering a double die can instantly elevate a standard coin to a highly collectible and valuable piece, and this makes examining 1981 half dollars a rewarding and engaging process for coin enthusiasts. Mint marks are another important factor in the coin's collectability. The 1981 Kennedy half dollar was minted at Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S, with San Francisco coins primarily produced as proof coins for collectors. Some coins display weak mint marks, misaligned marks, or even repunched mint marks, all of which create variations that are highly prized. These differences, while subtle, can add historical intrigue and monetary value to the coin. Tracking mint mark anomalies becomes an exciting part of collecting, allowing enthusiasts to feel like detectives uncovering hidden treasures in everyday coins. Errors in the 1981 Kennedy half dollar series add further allure. Off-center strikes, where part of Kennedy's portrait or the eagle is missing, broad strikes, double strikes, clipped planchets, and die cracks are all examples of anomalies that can significantly increase a coin's value. Some coins exhibit die clashes, tiny raised lines or indentations that occur when dies strike each other without a planchet between them, leaving unique patterns on the coin's surface. These irregularities are rare, making them highly collectible and turning each coin into a miniature story about the minting process and the human touch behind mass-produced currency. condition plays a crucial role in determining the value of the 1981 Kennedy half-dollar. Many coins circulated extensively and show contact marks, minor wear, or a loss of original mint luster. Uncirculated examples with full details and strong original luster, particularly those graded MS65 or higher, are significantly more valuable. Proof coins, especially those produced in San Francisco with a mirror-like finish, are among the most coveted. High-grade coins appeal to collectors not only because of their rarity but also because of their visual perfection, showcasing Kennedy's portrait and the eagle's design in full, sharp detail. The 1981 Kennedy half-dollar also has historical significance as a continuation of the series that commemorates one of America's most beloved presidents. It reflects the consistency and care of U.S. coinage, even during an era of mass production. The coin connects collectors to the legacy of Kennedy's image, the artistry of Gilroy Roberts and Frank Gasparro, and the broader context of American numismatic history. Owning a 1981 Kennedy half-dollar allows collectors to engage with history, design, and the excitement of identifying subtle rarities that distinguish one coin from another. Collectors often describe the joy of examining 1981 Kennedy half-dollars under magnification, comparing them to reference guides, and looking for anomalies such as double dies, off-center strikes, or unique mint mark placements. Even faint die cracks or minor misalignments can make a coin extraordinary. This investigative process transforms coin collecting from a casual hobby into a rewarding and immersive experience, where each coin carries the potential for discovery and appreciation. If you have a 1981 Kennedy half-dollar in your collection, inspect it carefully for any unusual features. Look for double dies, off-center strikes, mint mark variations, or other anomalies. Comment below with your observations and mint marks so our channel can provide detailed information and help identify rare examples. Sharing your findings allows you to connect with a community of collectors, exchange insights, and uncover hidden treasures in everyday coins. Market value for the 1981 Kennedy half-dollar varies widely based on condition, rarity, and the presence of errors. Circulated coins are typically worth slightly above face value, around $1 to $2 in words. Uncirculated examples in excellent condition can fetch $5 to $15 in words. Coins exhibiting double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual mint mark variations may command $50 to $100 in words. High-grade certified coins, especially MS65 or higher, can reach $100 to $200 in words at auctions. Extremely rare error coins, such as broad strikes, double strikes, or clipped planchets, can fetch several hundred to over $1,000 in words, depending on rarity, grade, and collector demand. Remember to comment about your own coins so our channel can provide accurate information. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share your discoveries in the comments. The 1981 Kennedy half-dollar is more than just currency, it is a piece of history, a work of art, and a potential treasure waiting for collectors who examine every detail. By studying, inspecting, and sharing your coins, you become part of a story that makes coin collecting both thrilling and deeply rewarding. Top 4. We are going to explore a fascinating piece of American numismatic history, the 1983 Kennedy half-dollar. On the surface, it may seem like an ordinary coin, one that passed through countless hands, yet for collectors, it represents so much more. The 1983 Kennedy half-dollar is a continuation of the beloved Kennedy series, which began in 1964 following the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy. It captures not only the iconic image of a president who left an indelible mark on American history but also the artistry, craftsmanship, and subtle variations that make collecting these coins so rewarding. If you are a coin lover, pay close attention, because this coin has stories hidden in its design, its strikes, and even its occasional errors that make it a true treasure. The obverse of the 1983 Kennedy half-dollar features the familiar and dignified portrait of President Kennedy, designed by Gilroy Roberts. Kennedy's profile is rendered with remarkable detail, emphasizing his youthful features, neatly combed hair, and resolute expression. Above his head, the word "Liberty" stretches across the top of the coin, asserting one of the core principles of the nation. Below his profile, the words, "In God We Trust," accompany the date, 1983, grounding the coin in its specific year of issue. While the design had remained consistent for nearly 2 decades, subtle differences in striking quality, die variations, and planchet preparation make certain examples from this year uniquely interesting to collectors. The reverse design, created by Frank Gasparo, portrays the classic presidential eagle perched on a shield, holding arrows in one talon and an olive branch in the other, surrounded by 13 stars representing the original colonies. The inscriptions, United States of America, and $50 frame the composition. Collectors often examine the sharpness of the eagle's feathers, the detailing of the shield, and the clarity of the lettering. Even minor imperfections, die variations, or unusual striking characteristics can turn an otherwise common coin into a rare collectible. The beauty of the 1983 Kennedy $50 lies in these details, inviting collectors to study and appreciate every aspect of its design. While millions of Kennedy $50 were produced in 1983, specific coins are more desirable due to rarities and minting anomalies. One of the most intriguing aspects is the presence of doubled dies. In rare examples, collectors may notice doubling in the letters of Liberty, In God We Trust, or even the numerals 1983. Doubled dies occur when a die is impressed more than once during preparation, creating subtle yet distinct doubling of design elements. Finding a doubled die transforms a standard coin into an extraordinary collector's item, combining historical significance with visual uniqueness. Mint marks also influence the rarity and collectability of the 1983 Kennedy $50. Coins were minted at Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S, with San Francisco coins primarily produced as proof coins for collectors. Some coins show weakly struck, repunched, or slightly misaligned mint marks, creating variations that are especially prized by collectors. Even a minor difference in the mint mark's placement can add historical intrigue and monetary value, making each discovery an exciting part of the collecting experience. Errors in the 1983 Kennedy $50 series further enhance its appeal. Collectors may encounter off-center strikes, broad strikes, double strikes, clipped planchets, or die cracks. Some coins exhibit die clashes, leaving tiny raised lines or indentations on the coin's surface, which create visually unique effects. These errors are relatively rare, and when found, they elevate a coin from an ordinary circulating piece to a highly desirable collectible. For collectors, errors and anomalies provide a tangible connection to the minting process and the human element behind coin production. Each mistake tells a story about the creation of currency, making every coin more than just metal. It becomes history in your hands. Condition is critical in determining the value of the 1983 Kennedy $50. Many circulated examples show signs of wear, contact marks, or a loss of original luster. Uncirculated coins, particularly those graded MS-65 or higher, are highly sought after. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint, with their mirror-like finish and sharp details, are among the most valuable. High-grade coins not only retain aesthetic perfection but also command higher prices in the market, reflecting both rarity and collector demand. The 1983 Kennedy $50 represents more than currency, it is a historical artifact. Issued nearly 2 decades after Kennedy's assassination, it continues to honor the 35th president while reflecting the evolution of U.S. coinage. For collectors, owning a 1983 Kennedy $50 is like holding a piece of history, a symbol of American heritage, and a chance to connect with the craftsmanship and artistry of the United States Mint. Each coin is a story waiting to be explored, from its design to its strike quality, mint mark, and any anomalies that make it unique. Collectors often describe the excitement of studying their 1983 Kennedy $50 under magnification. By comparing coins to reference guides, looking for double dies, off-center strikes, and mint mark variations, collectors uncover hidden treasures. Even minor die cracks or small misalignments can transform an ordinary coin into a remarkable collectible. This investigative process turns coin collecting into a deeply engaging and rewarding pursuit. Every discovery provides insight into the minting process and connects collectors to history, artistry, and the thrill of finding something rare and extraordinary. If you own a 1983 Kennedy $50, take a close look at its details. Check for double dies, off-center strikes, unusual mint marks, or other anomalies. Comment below with your observations and mint marks so our channel can provide detailed information. Sharing your discoveries not only helps identify rare coins but also connects you with a community of collectors who are passionate about uncovering hidden treasures. By examining and discussing your coins, you participate in the exciting world of numismatics and ensure that these historical pieces continue to be appreciated. Market value for the 1983 Kennedy half dollar depends on condition, rarity, and errors. Circulated coins are generally worth slightly above face value, around $1 to $2 in words. Uncirculated examples in excellent condition can fetch $5 to $15 in words. Coins with double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual mint mark variations may command $50 to $100 in words. High-grade certified coins, particularly MS-65 or higher, can reach $100 to $200 in words at auctions. Extremely rare error coins, such as broad strikes, double strikes, or clipped planchets, can achieve several hundred to over $1,000 in words depending on rarity, grade, and collector demand. Remember to comment about your own coins so our channel can provide accurate information. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share your discoveries in the comments. The 1983 Kennedy half dollar is more than currency, it is a historical artifact, a work of art, and a potential treasure waiting for collectors who examine every detail. By studying, inspecting, and sharing your coins, you become part of a story that makes coin collecting thrilling, rewarding, and deeply connected to American heritage. Top 5. We are diving into one of the fascinating pieces of American coinage, the 1988 Kennedy half dollar. At first glance, this coin may seem like a standard issue from the post-1964 copper-nickel series, but for collectors, it holds a unique place in numismatic history. The 1988 Kennedy half dollar continues the legacy of the series that began in 1964, honoring President John F. Kennedy, whose image captured the hearts of Americans and became a permanent symbol of modern U.S. coinage. This coin, while widely circulated, offers an array of intriguing features, subtle minting anomalies, and potential rarities that make it a highly interesting piece for collectors and enthusiasts alike. The obverse design of the 1988 Kennedy half dollar features the timeless portrait of President Kennedy by Gilroy Roberts. Kennedy's profile is bold and detailed, showing his neatly combed hair, defined jawline, and confident gaze. Above his head, the word "Liberty" arches elegantly, while the motto, "In God We Trust," and the date, 1988, are placed beneath the portrait. Collectors often examine these details closely because slight variations in the strike, die polishing, and planchet preparation can create coins with subtle differences that are highly prized. Even minor anomalies in the lettering or date numerals can make a coin stand out as a collectible. Example: on the reverse, the classic presidential eagle designed by Frank Gasparro dominates the design. The eagle is perched on a shield, holding arrows in one talon and an olive branch in the other, symbolizing the nation's readiness for both peace and defense. 13 stars hover above the eagle, representing the original colonies, while United States of America and half dollar frame the design. Collectors often focus on the sharpness of the eagle's feathers, the detailing of the shield, and the clarity of the lettering. Any deviation from the standard striking, such as die doubling, die cracks, or other anomalies, immediately catches the eye of an experienced numismatist. While millions of Kennedy half dollars were minted in 1988, certain coins are especially desirable due to rarities and errors. Double dies are a major point of interest for collectors. In rare cases, you may notice subtle doubling in the letters of "Liberty," "In God We Trust," or in the date numerals. Double dies occur when a die is struck more than once during preparation, resulting in a slightly offset duplicate image. Such coins are highly collectible and can dramatically increase the coin's value. Even faint doubling is worth investigating, as experienced collectors know that these subtle variations are often overlooked. Mint marks also play an important role in determining the rarity and value of the 1988 Kennedy half dollar. Coins were produced at the Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, and the Denver Mint, D, with San Francisco coins, S, primarily issued as proof coins for collectors. Some examples display weakly struck or slightly misaligned mint marks, while others may show repunched mint marks, all of which are significant for collectors seeking unique variations. Examining mint marks carefully can lead to discoveries that turn an ordinary coin into a rare and valuable example. Errors and anomalies further enhance the collectible appeal of the 1988 Kennedy half dollar. Off-center strikes, broad strikes, double strikes, clipped planchets, and die cracks are among the most sought-after features. Die clashes, resulting from dies striking each other without a planchet in between, sometimes leave raised lines or unusual impressions on the coin's surface, creating visually intriguing patterns. These errors are rare and are highly prized by collectors because they make each coin unique, giving a glimpse into the minting process and the occasional imperfections that occur even in modern coin production. Condition is another critical factor in determining the value of the 1988 Kennedy half dollar. Many circulated examples exhibit minor wear, contact marks, and a reduction in original luster, while uncirculated coins retain full details and sharp relief. Proof coins, especially those from the San Francisco Mint, have a mirror-like finish and exceptional clarity, making them among the most desirable. High-grade examples, particularly those graded MS65 or higher, attract strong interest from collectors due to their rarity, visual appeal, and the ability to showcase Kennedy's portrait and the eagle in exquisite detail. The 1988 Kennedy half dollar also has historical significance, representing a continuation of the series that commemorates one of America's most beloved presidents. Each coin serves as a tangible connection to Kennedy's legacy, the artistry of Gilroy Roberts and Frank Gasparo, and the broader story of U.S. coinage during the late 20th century. For collectors, owning a 1988 half dollar is not just about the metal, it is about engaging with history, art, and the excitement of discovering rare varieties or errors that make each coin truly special. Collectors often find joy in examining their 1988 Kennedy half dollars under magnification. By carefully comparing coins to reference materials, looking for double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual mint mark placements, collectors can uncover hidden treasures. Even subtle die cracks or slight misalignments can make a coin highly desirable. This investigative process transforms collecting from a simple hobby into a deeply engaging experience, where every coin tells a story about history, craftsmanship, and the minting process. That if you have a 1988 Kennedy half dollar in your collection, inspect it carefully. Look for double dies, off-center strikes, mint mark anomalies, and other unusual features. Comment below with your observations so our channel can provide detailed information. Sharing your findings allows you to connect with other collectors, learn from their experiences, and potentially identify rare and valuable coins that might otherwise go unnoticed. Market value for the 1988 Kennedy half dollar depends on condition, rarity, and presence of errors. Circulated coins are typically worth slightly above face value, around $1 to $2 in words. Uncirculated examples in excellent condition can fetch $5 to $15 in words. Coins exhibiting double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual mint mark variations may command $50 to $100 in words. High-grade certified coins, particularly MS65 or higher, can reach $100 to $200 in words at auctions. Extremely rare error coins, such as broad strikes, double strikes, or clipped planchets, can achieve several hundred to over $1,000 in words depending on rarity, grade, and collector demand. Remember to comment about your own coins so our channel can provide accurate information. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share your discoveries in the comments. The 1988 Kennedy half dollar is more than currency, it is history, a work of art, and a potential treasure waiting to be discovered by collectors who examine every detail. By studying, inspecting, and sharing your coins, you become part of a story that makes coin collecting both thrilling and rewarding, connecting you to the rich legacy of American coinage.